There's a great many things we like to do. So when we thought of starting a YouTube channel, catching it all on film to share with you, we decided to stick to what we knew we could deliver. This is Wanderhoof. It looks pretty glamorous when you cut it all together, but the reality is that there were about 100 separate occasions when we could have easily screwed ourselves by jumping headfirst naively into some pretty big decisions. And while we did our best to navigate the turbulent waters of life on the road, or the idea of it anyway, some of those choices, our dear viewers, were met with an unavoidable, terrible, inevitably heartbreaking end. The kind of wrong turns, metaphorically speaking, that hit you first in the balls, second in the wallet, and lastly in the middle of the night as you try to sleep, but ultimately end up lying there, broken down on the side of a mountain, thinking to yourself and praying to your creator with the same question in mind. How the hell did this happen? So before we get to filming The Fringe, we need to start somewhere else. One of the things we made sure of when buying our RV was that the current owner would give us a crash course. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. So we set aside some time to meet with Johnny as he ran us through the various systems and controls of how exactly to live in an RV.
Different pipes? Sizes? Which one's the black water?
The one on the right?
That's right.
The bigger one.
The bigger one. For turds to go through.
Yep.
Heated.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it does use power.
Okay.
Okay, just always remember that. Number 2 is the furnace. This is the distribution for DC. This is for AC.
How to work the heat and air conditioning, how to never forget to unplug the power before driving off.
These come up and down, and I showed you how to adjust the seats, right? Okay, there's several controls here.
Are they
There's
the
a
same
side
on
one here.
All was fine as he showed us the ins and outs.
Let me go get something. Here.
So that's without the generator going.
That's without the generator going.
Got it.
That's without it being plugged in. Let me show you.
I'm figuring it out, but see, I'm not that smart, and I have a really bad memory, and I'm not good at listening. I have like 0 listening skills. Shannon can vouch for me on that.
It's true.
So I'm trying to politely figure out a way to ask him to say the same thing like 4 times, so it sinks in my head. But without asking him to repeat himself, I'm trying to be like, well, I'm trying to figure it out, right? Because I'm an idiot, so. Life. What do you think about a young married couple like ourselves selling a house and buying an RV and just going and traveling the United States?
It's just absolutely wonderful that you guys have the opportunity to do that, you know, and it really is. And I would suggest doing it. Go for it. I don't think you're crazy. I think it's admirable that you can do that. You can always make more money. You know, if you have the freedom, you have your health, you know, life is far too short. My wife died in a day and a half, and it made me realize that, you know, life is too short. Just go out and, you know, do what you can. I hope it works great for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have no problems. I will feel very bad if you do. And
Got
if you
your
have
number.
any problems, call me and we will, you know, discuss everything. I think everything is fine. I don't think you'll have a problem.
I think everything from here on out's just fate.
After 7 stressful weeks and even more sleepless nights, not really about the RV or traveling, but primarily just trying to figure out the sale of our home, we were ready.
This is it. This is official.
Yep. Last moments in our first home that we bought and sold together. Buyers should be here any minute.
And we need to get out of here. So, feelings on buying the house, it was much easier than selling the house.
I don't know about that. It was all really hard.
It was all really hard.
It was all really hard. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of pressure in buying the house, and it was a roller coaster as well. Just a lot more physical labor selling, I think.
But we were, up until this moment, and then hopefully in the future, successful in doing so. We don't know where we're going. We don't know where we're sleeping tonight. We have some vague ideas.
We got our RV.
We don't know what we're gonna do. We just know that at this point we get to cancel all of our bills.
Yay!
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all she wrote.
We were filled with excitement and expected to be overwhelmed with the joy of putting Fairbanks in our rearview mirror. But we really didn't feel that way. We built relationships with people we genuinely loved and cared about here. People who were always there for us when we needed them, which came more often than we'd like to admit, especially that first winter. A place where we made so many memories. Like this one.
All right, you guys, so funny story. Taylor quit his job to run our business full-time. Super exciting. The very next day, found out that our landlords are selling the house. Lovely. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go take our first tour of a dry cabin. That means there's an outhouse. Should be fun. Happy birthday.
Or this one. A place where we felt like we found ourselves. And now, it was a tiny green sign on the side of the highway that read, "Leaving Fairbanks, North Starborough." The term bittersweet comes to mind, but I imagine that's how anyone feels that trades the familiar for the unknown, security for squeaky wheels, and the steady hands of life at home for the white knuckles of the road. I seem to recall a lot of people, much smarter than me, with various quotes in one form or another, all essentially saying the same thing. For better or for worse, with all of its trials and tribulations, traveling changes you, if you're brave enough to let it.
Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud.
Look at this! Look at it!
Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade.
What do I say?
And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.